Fucking Jesus. Hello, everybody. I'm Sean, the Game Boy Zero of the Game Gear Heads, and welcome to I can't believe I'm saying this. The first aired episode of My Thoughts. What this is? It's a new series I'm doing where I'm just giving my general impressions and thoughts on shows, movies, games, any kind of media that I think is worth talking about. Whether it be new stuff, old stuff I haven't seen before, stuff I have seen but want to reiterate. So yeah, that's what it is. So the reason I say it's weird that this is the first one is because I actually have like 6 other episodes filmed and edited. They just haven't been aired yet. But since this came up, I felt the need to discuss this because holy shit. So a couple days ago, at the time of this recording, the poster for the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie was officially released on IGN. And okay, so jeez, what the hell do I even say about this fucking poster? Okay, so I have it up on my phone and it's up on the screen right now. This is what the poster looks like. Yeah, it is yeah. That is one freaky ass hedgehog right there. Oh my god. Okay, so just to get my general thoughts on when I heard that there was going to be a Sonic movie. Just my general thoughts on the production, what I thought when it was announced, and what I think now that we see this this wonderful kind of promotion. When I first heard that they were doing a Sonic movie, I was immediately skeptical, mainly because it's a common trope. Most video game movies are generally trash. It's kind of a general rule of thumb. There could be ones that are less trash, ones that are so trash that they're fun, but there hasn't really been one that's been especially great. I think the best ones are generally just like average, maybe like the Tomb Raider movies or or like the Professor Layton animated movies. Like mostly animated movies are the better ones, but like they're still not that great. So that was an immediate like, okay, well, let's see where they're going with this. And then I heard they're doing the fucking live action animation hybrid, because that's worked before. My first thought when I heard that, I was like, oh fuck, are we getting like another Alvin the Chipmunks / Smurfs kind of thing again? And I was thinking probably, but okay, here's hoping that like at the very least they poke fun at the fact that maybe the characters are like cartoony, they're kind of funny, they're not meant to be super realistic, they're meant to be sort of out of place, kind of like how those movies were. That's kind of like the running joke with those movies, which, fine, whatever. And then this poster, this fucking poster comes out. Oh my. So, let me just start off, because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot wrong with this poster. Let me start off with the stuff that I don't necessarily despise. The stuff that I think is tolerable. But I'm going to be honest, there's not a whole lot. Okay, let me look. On the title, you can see Sonic's image in the sea. That's pretty cool. I like letter integration like that, like how the New Avengers did for April. That's kind of cool. Producers of Fast and the Furious. Okay, they at least know Sonic's fast, and I guess he shows off a good amount of fury, if I'm guessing correctly. When you watch the moving poster, like the little teaser trailer, He's collecting rings at the beginning. Okay, not bad. The 1 point lighting's pretty nice. I am always a fan of silhouette, like silhouette 1 point lighting, with some fog in the background. That's kind of nice. And that's where it stops. Oh my god. All right, so let's just take a look at this fucking poster. So, first of all, uh, we can see. I think the most obvious thing we can see with this is that it is not cartoony at all. It's not cartoony in the slightest. It is photorealistic, from what I can tell. About as photorealistic as you could get with a fucking 3 foot tall blue hedgehog with sneakers. He's oh my god. So yeah, they gave it. I was kind of expecting probably they added like some fur textures because they did that. They're doing that with Detective Pikachu, and they look fine in that. Some a little creepy, like fucking Jigglypuff. Ew. But some of them look fine in that. But like this, ugh, no. And okay, so what else can I talk about? All right, so let's get the obvious ones out of the way. Yeah, the fur textures are a bit distracting. Sonic is fucking buff as hell in this poster. He is jacked. Someone's been eating his Wheaties. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the more muscular look because I'm used to the whole noodle limbs thing, which I guess if we're looking at it realistically, he would be pretty athletically fit because it does look like he has a runner's body, but he's a fucking cartoon hedgehog. Why does he need to have these kinds of muscles? Okay, oh my god. Okay, so those are the just at first glance, like those are like the obvious ones. Like as let me look at this as like from two different perspectives. I'm gonna look at this as both just a casual moviegoer who doesn't know a whole lot about Sonic, and I'm gonna look at this as my inner Sonic fan. So, as a casual moviegoer who really only knows Sonic for being a kid-friendly franchise, what kid would want to watch this fucking movie? This looks horrifying. I mean, I'm guessing the idea is that he's like kind of supposed to be like this badass hero who's mysterious, so that's why he's in silhouette. But kids already know who it is because that image is iconic. Even if you don't play the games, you know what that image looks like. You've at least seen that image before. And to see him this furry and with these kinds of proportions, I think it would kind of scare away kids more than like endear them, along with using the 1 point blue lighting to just exemplify it. It's like it looks like a fucking villain poster, for God's sakes. So, and like produced from the producers of Fast and the Furious, I don't know. I know why they put there for like the namesake, like because like, Sonic's fast, but what parents would take their kids to see Fast and the Furious? Like I don't have any problems with the movies, but like they're not kids movies. So why would you market it for an obvious kids film? So as a casual moviegoer, that's my thoughts. In terms of the inner Sonic fan, oh sweet Jesus. Okay, let's get the easy ones out of the way. Those shoes. What the hell are those shoes? I don't know why they couldn't just I know everyone said this, but like I don't know why they couldn't just use like his regular shoes or like a variation of like his regular shoes, like because like when you look at like them in the games, like they do look a little weird. Like I'm not exactly sure how they're supposed to work, but again, it's a cartoon, for God's sakes. It doesn't have to make 100% sense. He's a fast blue hedgehog, so and like I wouldn't mind them changing the shoes if at least it was something cool or like at least like an upgrade in some way, or at least something that I can understand. These look like the most stock generic ass sneakers I've ever seen in my life. Like it looks like Sonic just stopped at like a Dick's or something and just picked these up. I'm surprised they don't even have like a fucking Nike logo in them. So that's that. And again, like just as the Sonic fan I am, like, this shouldn't. They really should not have gone with the realistic textures, because like this just does not look right at all. And I know like another thing that they pointed out was that they're not having the one singular eyeball, which granted never made a whole lot of sense, but you know, whatever. Again, cartoon, and now apparently he's gonna have two eyes. Again, I'm not gonna harp on that and say it's like the worst thing in the world, but and like if it looks good, I won't care. But from this silhouette, the fact that if we zoom in, we could see in this silhouette, you could see his eyeball. I have never seen that before in any other silhouette either. I've taken silhouette pictures. I've like filmed silhouettes. I've seen tons of different silhouettes. Hell, our fucking channel icon is a silhouette. What silhouette have you ever seen shows an eyeball in it? That is horrifying. The fact that his eyes are fucking gouging out like it's like Judge Doom or something. That's terrifying. Again, adding to the fact that as a Sonic fan, it just looks weird and not appealing. And as a casual moviegoer, it's fucking scary. That is not proper proportions at all. Also, I just noticed this while recording this video. The slogan above the title, "A whole new speed of hero." What the fuck does that mean? A whole new speed of hero. Is like Speed its own genre of film now? Or like type of character? Because let's think about this. We got Flash, we got Quicksilver, we got Sonic. I can't think of any other fast characters off the top of my head. Zoom, maybe. Fucking Tim Allen. I would be down for that if Tim Allen was in this movie. I would totally be down for that. But what the fuck does a whole new speed of hero? That just seems like the most broken ass English I've ever read in my entire life. And it was made in the United States, too. This isn't a translation issue. This is something that some dumbass wrote themselves. Alright, so that was like the first initial trailer. That the first teaser that was officially released by Sega on IGN. Oh boy. And we were all, I think we were all kind of hoping that was just maybe just a bad poster and maybe some of the other ones were good. Nope. Because a couple of posters have linked online as to what, showing off some more stuff, and I think the other most infamous one is Sonic on the Golden Gate Bridge. So again, I'm gonna go through what I don't hate about this poster, because I think we all know it's not a good poster, but let's at least give it the benefit of the doubt and see what's good about it. It's a nice steady shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. I do like the little light trail following behind Sonic. That's kind of cool. I don't know why he decided to go up the bridge, down the bridge, up the bridge, to go down the bridge again and go across the bridge to get up again. But, you know, Sonic, he's a fucking show off. What about it? The lighting's nice. It's a nice morning sunrise kind of lighting. I'm always a fan of that. I usually like that kind of lighting. And that's about it. Oh my god. So, in terms of what's wrong with this poster, honestly, again, like, this is kind of a problem. This is like a common theme with like the second poster, or like the original poster. It's when Sonic is in it, because the poster just takes Sonic out. It's just the Golden Gate Bridge. That's all it is. When you see apparently first person Sonic looking at his beefy ass legs, okay, no, just all kinds of no. First off, I don't get why he has lightning on his shoes. I'm guessing they're doing something similar to the Flash, but the Flash's whole thing is that he moves faster than light. Sonic only breaks the sound barrier. That's about it. But like, so I don't know why he has lightning on his shoes. Maybe it'll be a cool effect. I doubt it, because it wasn't good in Justice League, so I don't know why it'd be good in this movie. We see the shoes again. The shoes again just look so fucking generic and boring. There's a little ring on it. That's a thing, I guess. Apparently Sonic carved in Sonic was here, because apparently this movie was made like 10 years ago when that phrase was funny. In hindsight, what did Sonic even like carve with that? Like what does he have? Like did he use the ring, or like does he have like claws or something? Like what did Sonic use to carve in Sonic was here? Oh my god. Again, like there's not much else I can say about this particular poster because it honestly does speak for itself, like just how fucking weird it is and just how no, all kinds of no it is. The other one that was shown off, and this might be fake. I don't know how, I don't know if this is real or if it's like a Photoshop. From what I can tell, it's pictures of the picture, so it might be real. But again, I'm gonna wait for like an official release. It's the one with Chris Pratt apparently, and he's hanging out with Sonic. And this is like the only one where we actually see Sonic's face. And I'll admit, if this is a real poster, I was expecting a lot worse. It doesn't look good at all, but I was expecting this to be way more ewy than I thought it was. But again, like this still adds to my problem because it's not a consistent art style. Because if you're gonna take this anthropomorphic 3-foot tall blue hedgehog that moves fast and has one singular eyeball and make it realistic, go all the way with it. Don't like fucking half-ass it and give us a cartoony as hell face. Again, I don't want him to be realistic at all, but if you're gonna do it, go all the way with it and don't go halfway and just be like, but that's a cartoony face, that's fine. Because it just doesn't mesh well at all. Or if you were gonna have like a cartoony face, why not just have him be cartoony? Just have him be like out of the ordinary. He is out of the ordinary. He's a fucking blue hedgehog who runs fast, for God's sake. Oh my god. I wasn't excited for this movie like to begin with, but after seeing this, my hope is one of two things. Either this is kind of like maybe like Smurfs 2, where people just kind of forgot about it and it came and went and it's kind of swept under the rug. Or this could be the video game equivalent of like The Room or something along those lines, where it is so perplexingly garbage that it's hilarious. I'm hoping it's that kind of movie, but oh my god, for like the first like big cinematic kind of like Sonic movie, and probably the only one we'll ever get now, this is I am not digging this design at all. This is just all levels of no. Okay, so that's just my thoughts like in terms of like the look of this movie, because again, we don't know that much about the plot. We haven't seen any like at least I have. I know there's been some photos like of like on set action, but like I haven't. I didn't bother looking at those because like again, it's just they from what I've seen, they haven't shown a whole lot, at least of the actors. But in terms of the cast, this is a really unique set of cast members. So I think everyone knows like the most obvious one we have is the fact that Jim Carrey is playing Eggman, or in this case he's playing Dr. Ivo Robotnik. So okay, I'm guessing that they're going with the Robotnik thing. So okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. But Jim Carrey, I don't know how to feel about that, because on the one hand, again, like I'm always a fan of Jim Carrey, like in any movie, because no matter what it is, he's always putting in his effort. He's always putting in like 100% in all of his roles. But I don't know how to feel about him playing Eggman again. I think it'd be cool to see him play a villain again. So that's one of the reasons I'm kind of excited. But the reason I'm not super on board with it is that when I think of Eggman or Robotnik, I think of someone who has a sturdier build, who is a bit bigger, a bit more, if not like fat, then kind of like maybe sort of kingpin-ish. You know, if you know what I mean. Like he's more like buff, a bit more muscular, and maybe not so much that, but like something along those, like something who's bigger. Jim Carrey is very thin. Jim Carrey is not a large person at all. So I'm not sure if they're gonna put him in like a fat suit or like he's like buffed up or something like that. But that's I'm not sure how I feel about that. And again, I think I imagine Jim can do like a fun voice for Robotnik, but I don't know. If I were to think of like a voice that would match like a live action Robotnik, I would think someone like John Goodman or Danny DeVito or someone who has a very distinguished yet imposing voice. Jim Carrey can have an imposing voice, but it's usually his sort of like Jim Carrey kind of voice. That was a bad Jim Carrey impression. I apologize, but you get what I mean. Like he's really good at playing Jim Carrey, but it's gonna distract from the fact that I have no idea if he's gonna interpret Robotnik like the games, which I'm not really expecting. But at least like if he's gonna interpret it, at least interpret it in a way that's fun and unique. Like make if you're gonna have him be like the games, at least have him be threatening while still really funny. That's all I'm hoping for. Looking at James. All right, so another actor who's in this movie, James Marsden, as Tom Wachowski. God, Wachowski's in this movie. Oh boy, that's gonna be interesting. But I'm looking at his as line of work, and it's a pretty decent line of work. I mean, he was in the X-Men movies. He was Cyclops, so that's pretty cool. He's fucking Prince Edward in Enchanted. Okay, I'm low key kind of excited for that because Enchanted is a fucking hilarious movie, and he was phenomenal in that as well. There's not much else I'm really seeing that's like particularly noteworthy from him. He's a good actor, and he definitely has some like good movies under his belt. Um, just not sure what kind of character he's gonna play. I'm guessing probably maybe like a police, like a police guard or something like that. Because it said like in the synopsis like a sheriff comes to Green Hill Zone and must team up with Sonic to stop Robotnik. And I'm guessing it's gonna be like a buddy cop kind of movie, which fine, whatever. Ben Schwartz as Sonic. Um, oh, he played a stormtrooper in Force Awakens. Fucking yeah. Uh, Not much else. Oh, he voices Leo in the new Ninja Turtles. That's pretty cool. Oh, he plays Dewey Duck in DuckTales. That's pretty cool. I'm noticing a lot more voiceover roles, so I think that actually works out pretty well in his favor. So yeah, okay, that's fair. Like you actually do get like a genuine like voice actor for this kind of movie instead of like an actor who doesn't really do voice acting that much. So okay, I'm fine with that. Not really recognizing any other cast members. I heard something about like Paul Rudd is in the movie, which I don't think is true. And again, from that one supposed poster, which could be fake, I honestly have no idea. Apparently, Chris Pratt is also in the movie as well, but like I doubt that. I doubt that he's in this movie at all. But, God. I'm just not. I don't know what to feel about this movie because on the one hand, this could be so bad it's fun, but like a lot of times, like I just for something like Sonic and the fact that Illumination is doing a oh boy, and the fact that Illumination is doing a Mario movie with Nintendo being like having a massive grip on the production, like that kind of makes me wonder like why doesn't Sega kind of do the same thing with Sonic? Because let's be honest, it's kind of their flagship franchise. Like when you think Sega, you don't think like Atlas, you don't think Shenmue, you think Sonic. That's usually the first thing people think of when they think Sega. So why they're not having more control over this as they are because apparently from when this poster was leaked, people at Sonic Team were not happy. People like mainly with the fact that he's having two eyes. But like I have a feeling that they just know that this isn't a good model. This isn't a good design for this character. So I don't know why they haven't done that. Why they weren't, why they didn't have more of a role with designing him or with this movie's production. I I got no idea. I think it's just a matter of standards, and they probably were just like, "Fuck it, just go for it." In terms of now, I've heard a lot. Now I've heard a lot of people say that they should change it, and I've heard a lot of people retort saying that they can't change it. They're too far into production. I disagree with that statement because if we're looking at this film's release schedule, it releases November of next year. That's almost a year of time. And when we're looking at films that usually like films like this, post production usually takes about like a little like maybe like 7 months. So I chances are I think they're like right at the tail end of like production because we haven't seen any like on set pictures like at least of worth because we've seen like them using the drone, them using like some set shots, but like nothing with the actors. We haven't seen anything with like the pre CGI or anything like that. So my guess is, if possible, considering how badly received this design was, that this poster was, there is a possibility that they can change it and make it more cartoony. And like worst case scenario, like the movie gets pushed back or outright canceled. And I don't want it to be canceled because like that's a lot of work people put into that for it to be canceled. So that's just not that shouldn't happen. So I'm hoping like if they have enough time to change the design and make it more cartoony, push the release date back, worst case scenario, just so it's less awkward to look at. But again, like I doubt I honestly doubt they'll do that because I forget who's distributing this movie. I think it's Paramount, isn't it? Let me see. So yeah, it is by Paramount, and oh, apparently Blur Studio is also part of it. That's okay. So Paramount is doing it, and apparently also Blur Studio. Huh. Okay, so like for those who don't know, like Blur Studio is like the studio who made those like animated shorts for Sonic Unleashed, like the little like things you can find in the game, as well as Night of the Werehog, which is a fantastic short film. Like it's actually like one of like the greatest like I think one of the greatest like animated like shorts I think I've ever seen because the animation's gorgeous, it's funny. There's not a lot of talking, so it all relies on the visuals. I think it's just great. I think it's a great short. So they're in this too. I'm guessing they're lending hands with animators because they know how to animate Sonic, but the fact that it's, again, a realistic hedgehog, I don't think, I don't know how they're going to pull that off. I mean, like, I have hope that they can figure something out, but, like, I don't know how tight Paramount's hold on this is because Paramount is, I'm going to be perfectly honest, when it comes to a lot of, like, licensed properties, Paramount really fucking sucks. I mean, like Transformers. Like I know Bumblebee is apparently pretty good, but like, again, fucking Transformers. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's about it. There's not much else I could say besides that. I don't think it's gonna be good. The posters really kind of drive that home for me, but we'll just have to wait and see. Like, I'll do a reaction to the trailer when that comes out, or like give them my thoughts on that. But, whew, yeah. Gotta go fast. Fucking